Hey, welcome. Today we're diving into something pretty cool, how AI is becoming the absolute best conversation partner for advanced language learners. We're talking about a real game changer for hitting that next level of fluency.
So let me ask you something. Have you ever felt this way? You've put in all the work, you know the grammar, you've got a great vocabulary, but you've just hit a wall. You're fluent, for sure, but you feel kind of stuck.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start by unpacking what I call the advanced learner's dilemma. Then we'll introduce you to your new intellectual partner and break down how it acts as a subject matter expert, a language coach, and your guide to real-world English. Finally, we'll wrap up by looking at why AI is becoming this truly irreplaceable mentor. So first up, let's talk about that roadblock. What is it that holds so many high-level learners back? Here's the thing. It really boils down to this. The problem isn't just finding someone to talk to. The real challenge is finding someone who can actually keep up with you intellectually, a partner who can dive deep into complex topics with the kind of nuance you're craving. And let's be honest, finding a person like that is incredibly hard. And this, right here, is where AI completely flips the script. It's not just an improvement, it's a whole new way of learning. We're not talking about your average chatbot here. We're talking about what you could call a core intellectual conversation partner. Think of it as an AI that doesn't have the same cognitive limits as a human tutor. It's a true collaborator that can meet you at any intellectual level on pretty much any topic you can think of.
Okay, so what does that actually look like in practice? Well, first, let's look at the AI's role as a subject matter expert.
Just think about it for a second. You want to debate the ethics of AI, dive into cognitive psychology, discuss the nitty-gritty of financial models? No single human tutor can be an expert in all those things, but an AI can. It completely closes that intellectual gap, letting you have those super specialized conversations you need to keep growing.
I mean, just look at this example. This is the kind of conversation we're talking about. This isn't just some generic practice question. This is a deep, expert-level discussion you can have instantly. Trying to find a human partner to debate this with on the fly? Good luck.
And there's a name for this technique, which I think is brilliant. It's called topic-based deep speaking. You're using the language to explore complex ideas you actually care about, and that is the engine that's going to power you right through that frustrating plateau.
But wait, it gets even better. This AI partner does more than just talk about big ideas. It also fine-tunes the very words you use to express them.
It's also a super meticulous language coach. It's not just listening to what you say, but how you say it, giving you those instant, precise corrections that are absolutely crucial for polishing your skills when you're already at an advanced level.
Here's a perfect concrete example. You might say something like, AI has agency depends on context. Now we get what you mean, but it's a little clunky. The AI immediately refines it to, whether AI has agency depends on the context. See that? It's a small change, but it sounds so much more natural, so much more native. And it's those tiny, constant adjustments that make a huge difference.
And the feedback you get is the whole package. Yeah, it covers grammar, obviously, but it also helps with your pronunciation, your intonation, your pacing and speed, and even your subtle word choices. It's like having a dedicated linguistics expert on call 24/7.
Okay, so we've got intellectual depth and grammatical perfection. But what about just talking? You know, how people talk in the real world?
This is a classic trap for advanced learners, right? You can probably write a flawless academic paper, but then you struggle in a fast, casual chat that's full of slang and contractions like gonna and wanna. That's your next frontier, mastering the natural rhythm of everyday, real-world English.
And check this out. The solution is so simple, it's brilliant. You can literally just tell the AI how to talk to you. A prompt like this is a direct command to immerse you in the kind of English you need to master. You can even ask it to explain a slang term you don't know. It's an instant immersion tool on demand.
This means you can role-play basically any scenario you can imagine. You can go from practicing a casual coffee chat with a friend 1 minute to a really specific professional doctor-patient consultation the next. This isn't just random practice. It's targeted rehearsal for your actual life.
So when you pull all of these pieces together, what do you really have? Well, it's something truly transformative.
So let's recap those 3 superpowers one last time. First, you get an intellectual cure, an expert who can go deep on any topic. Second, you get a personal language coach giving you instant, detailed feedback.
And third, you get a guide to help you master that messy, fast, real-world fluency.
That's why this isn't just another language app or tool. It's a multifunctional, truly irreplaceable intellectual mentor that is uniquely built to solve the problems of an advanced learner.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought. For so long, your progress has been limited by the partners you could find. But now, you have a mentor that is, for all practical purposes, limitless. So the real question to ask yourself is, what are your new limits?